Okay, welcome back to turn 5 of Panzer playthrough. I'm doing scenario 36, solo scenario here, that has us attacking French units in the opening days of the battle for France. We're up to turn 5. A bit of maneuvering up to this point. Now we're starting to engage the enemy units. Obviously, we're the Germans, the friendly units, and the French are the enemy units here. You can see some of the French have been discovered. You can see here we've got some H-38s here, here, and here. And then we'll probably be discovering more this turn as these reinforcements are moving up. Oh, there's also H-38s up here we spotted earlier there as well. Okay, so this is where we're at. There's still a lot of unknowns here. The victory conditions, of course, the hill and the town. We're going for them, trying to get in there first, establish ourselves, and hold out as long as we can. So here we go. So turn 5, spotting phase. So in this, as I was showing you before, I'll just zoom out here a little bit. I don't think there's any new spots for us. As we look around here, we can't see them anymore. That's okay, we know what they are. And looking around, I don't think we have anything else now. So let me zoom in a little bit, because now we go to the command phase. So for the command phase, we've got 15 commands that we got to place. And I'm just putting initial moves on pretty much everybody I want to move, either as a group. And then you can see now I'm adding in others to get all 15. So I think I got 2, 4, 7, 10, 12, 15. Yeah, okay. So there are several groups over here, several individual units over here, and we'll see how this actually works. So let's go to the initiative. We'll get a +10 for the Germans on this, and let's see what the roll is. Oh, we get a 28, too low. So the French is going to move first. Even with a +10, it just gives us 38. Oop, there we go. And we'll go to the combat phase first, and we're only having direct fire. There's no indirect fire on here, so direct fire. French will direct fire first, so we'll take a look at this hex here. Let's zoom in just a tad more for you. All right, there. That's 24Y8. We're going to do a command check to see what their command is going to be. It's a 60, which is going to be a short halt. So they're going to take a shot at us. We've got some tanks up here. They can't see over here, but they can see over here into this rough hex. And here we go. We're checking the commands over here because they do have visibility as well. Oh, I did a little administration here just to get the names of the tanks set up properly there. There we go. H-38, 101, rolls a 70, nearest friendly, fire actions of 70. It's going to be nearest friendly units, which are going to be these guys over here. Just rolling for the specific one. It's going to be number 2. So H-38 101 fires AP at Panzer 3F. These guys over here. Range 5. It's going to be tank 201, which is the top one. Range 5, short halt, moving, light cover, seasoned. It's going to be 15 or less on here, and their roll is a 48. That's a miss. Okay, second tank, 102, because these are moving in groups. All these tanks will move in groups of 2 on here, or 3 if they happen to be 3 tanks. But in here, we've just got 2. So we'll get the 102 firing, and they will fire at 203. So firing, same range, pretty much the same to hit. It's a 15 or less, and roll at 29 is a miss. So their initial shots are misses. Tough shots. It's kind of long range. Remember, each one of these is 100 meters, so that's 500 meters range for these short barreled guns. So moving along here, 301, that's these guys It's actually, it should be 201. That's my mistake in the notes. These guys over here, and they do a command check, and they're going to get a move, so they're not firing. And now we check 301 here, and they both get a move, so they're both not firing as well. Okay, then we move along to, that's it. Those are the only ones that could fire. So now we go around to the German firing, and there is no German firing because they don't have any fires. They're all moving. So move phase, Germans move first, that's us. So I'm going to get the half tracks moving. They're right here in the center. I want to get them into the town and unloaded because they're in range to move up and just unload their squads into the town itself, get a couple hexes, get ourselves established. So we've got a couple in here. Oop, come on, there we go. So I'm moving them up, and then they can move up one hex, and then they can jump out into the next hex next door to it. They don't have to jump out into the hex that they're in. They can. It's either or, but we're having them jump out early so that we can protect the half tracks behind the town. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, we're checking now because this guy 503 moved in next to this hidden unit. We're going to see if he's real. Rolls a 55. He's fake. Great. That's what we like. We don't have to fight them. So we still control 2 hexes of the town. Continue on here with the 3rd unit jumping out, and then that's all of our movement for our infantry platoon right there. Next, we're going to move one of our Panzer IVDs. You can see him moving down there in the lower left-hand corner. Moves into the town. He's taken a position to the western side to protect against these guys up here coming down. His position here should give him a nice place to cover over here. And he's going to get some infantry support from the anti-tank rifle units as well in a minute. And here comes some more Ds once they spin around to the right spot. And he's going to move up there as well. Okay, so they've moved down the hill into the town. That's going to be 3 points because there's 1 point for moving downhill and into the alleyways there. So they're in position there. So now we've controlled 4 of the 7 town hexes. So we're in control of the town for the most part. We'll get the rest of them here later. So next we've got our anti-tank rifle squads, and they're going to jump off and move into there, and then this guy's going to go into there, and he's going to jump off with the tank itself. They were just in trucks, so they're just going to sit beside them waiting for something to do. Next we've got our, over here, you probably see I moved them already, Panzer IIIFs. They're not going to stay there. They're going to try to get some hull down position to take some shots at the H-38s. And then over here I have these are Panzer IIs. I'm going to get them into the woods. I need some cover on them. They're part of our command section, kind of a recon unit for our command section. So they're going to go into the woods, and oh, they got to do bog check to turn. And they passed, so they can turn. They're going to cover this way down the road just to make sure they can spot everything coming into the town, because this will allow them to see pretty much right down to this hex, or actually the woods hex right there, and you know, make sure they can see what's coming into the town while these guys move up over there, because that'll give us some idea what we're facing off with. Hopefully all fake, but we'll see. Okay, now we got our command tanks. I'm positioning them right here in the middle of the board because this is going to be critical, because I've only got a command range of 10, which I'm really going to stretch because both of these victory locations are right at the border. If I do a range check here, you know, that's 11, so 10 goes to right here, and if I do a range check over here, 10 goes to here. So I can keep everybody within my command range and not lose any move commands by positioning him here. But it means I need to be very disciplined about keeping my units within the arc of command of that unit there. which is going to be tricky because I'm going to want to flank these tanks as much as I can to knock them out. Okay, moving along here. And now we're going to move these guys over here to the east. These guys over here. Yeah, this is kind of my weaker platoon. I'm kind of a little bit worried about them because these are just Panzer 2s, Panzer 1s and 2s and 3s. I got a lot of them there, but they will not stand up against the French tanks. But I'm going to walk them up the hill, or drive them up the hill, and capture the hill, and then figure out what to do with them later. Okay. Also put my Panzer 3s up here as well to see what's coming up here, to hopefully knock out anything or at least spot them before they get up on the hill. All right, here we go to the French. So the French are, it's going to be a lot of rolling with this, so I may go fast through this. The French have all of these units here to move, these ones that are discovered. So we'll start with these. So we're going back with this guy, and he's going to go for the town, and he's going to go for the safest route. So he's just going to move up into the town X that the fake one was at. Then we've got this guy who's not going to do anything. He's just going to sit there and hold down. Then we've got our 201s. You can see over here. They're going to turn around, move up. But actually I moved them back because they have the safest route, which means they would not necessarily expose themselves to those Panzer 3s up here at this particular point. So then we continue to move along here. Like I said, a lot of rolling, a lot of notes on here, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward again. 302, these are more H-38s, light tanks, moving up. These guys are going to try to flank us down here by moving up through the grain and try to get us on the side. But this could be a good little shootout over here between our D4 and the two H-38s. Checking a little bit of range here. Let me zoom out a little bit because now I'm moving into some of the hidden units to see how far away they are, to see if they get automatic moves or they have to roll. So they're going to have to roll. Those guys got automatic moves because if they're outside of 10 hexes from my units, automatically moving. Doing some checks over there for those ones in the towns and around the town of Montville, and they're moving. For the most part, they're going to be moving, but I'm just doing my due diligence here to make sure I play this with the solo rules properly. So they're moving. All of these guys are moving over here. Let's see what else. Oh, these guys are closer. They get some Overwatch stuff, so they are not moving. All right, that's good. And then we got some more moves over there. So now just the moving here. So now I'll really fast forward through. Actually, this one, we will get some spotting going here once all of these guys have moved. There we go. So they all move up the road, essentially the road and the track. Now I roll for activations on all three of them. Two are fake, one is real. So we'll get rid of the fake ones. Number of counters is 2. Types are S-35s. Ooh, they're going to be tough. S-35s are very, very tough in this game, especially for these lighter German tanks. Okay. So now we've got some others here to come on the board or move up here. Let's see, where are we moving? Oh, up here. These guys are moving up here. There we go. And some more. These guys are moving. Where? Oh, now we're over here. Okay, I must have missed those, sorry. Anyways, it's all hidden movement, so it's pretty boring stuff. So these guys are moving up. Again, moving up to these woods right here with the Overwatch guys. They're a little skittish, I think. And we've got some more coming along here as well, moving up through the fields. Not quite sure what's in front of them, as we are ourselves. All right, so that's all the moves. So what happened here is these guys just kind of moved up into the fields and the woods, getting kind of their bearings on what they're going to do next. These guys moved into the town, probably going to advance up this track over here to attack our victory location of Iced. All right, so now we get to the adjustment phase. It's not going to be too much here. Pivot adjust, turret adjustment, and so forth there as well. So there we have it. So that's the end of turn 5. So where are we with them? Real quick, you can see we have now taken some of the town. We've taken the hill. We've taken most of the town, so we've scored both major scenario victory conditions. Now it's a question of holding them and hopefully knocking out some of the French tanks to potentially win the game. No losses yet for either side, so that's where we are. So stay tuned for turn 6. Thanks for watching. Okay, back with turn 6, Panzer, France 1940. Well, with turn 6 here, or with turn 5, I should say, where we left off, we had just gotten into the town, started controlling some of the town hexes. We control the hill down here as well on the southern side of the board, and the town over here, southern side. But the French are moving up tanks into the town itself. There's going to be a little bit of a fight here coming up between these tanks and our infantry and other tanks over here as well, while their reinforcements will try to move up to stop us. So let's get to it. All right, turn 6 and spotting phase. With the spotting phase, let's just zoom out here a little bit. Too much. There we go. So you can see what's going on here. There's going to be a few spots, I think, that open up as we check a few things here. These tanks over here to the left are going to now spot some of our units in the towns, particularly our Panzer 4Ds and others. So doing some spotting checks here. I don't know if we actually reveal anything at this point. We probably reveal more stuff when we're moving. This is more just clearing up the spot markers if there is anything. Yep, it is. So now we're on to the command phase. Again, 15 commands for our friendly units. I'm going to put some firing on here. Try to have this guy right here, this infantry unit, spray them with automatic fire and everything else to try to pin them into their tanks, at least make them tougher for them to do anything. And then other ones are moving, just again getting position. Another fire marker on our anti-tank rifle to go against the H-38s there that are approaching from the west. Then we set up some overwatch here. Let me zoom in here so you can see that a little bit more. On these two F3s, you notice they don't really have anything in front of them. These S-35s are way out in the distance. They're about a kilometer away, so they're not going to be able to hit them. But they're in a good position behind this wall. They're hulled down, essentially, behind this wall. So any type of fire at them is going to be tough. They will command this whole area. Hopefully, the H-35s try to come out. If they do, we'll blast away at them. These S-30 or H-38s, the S-35s, we're going to have to figure something out for them. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, moving along here with our commands. Let's get over here because now I start placing some of these commands over here. Here and here. Okay. Now my command tanks are in position. They are just going to be observing what's going on and providing command link between the two groups. So they won't be doing anything other than observation. These guys will be moving. A couple others here I kept away from observation just so I could have a few more commands to take care of these tanks to the west. Okay, initiative. So this turn we get a +10, it's a 74, 84. All right, we're the first player, so we get the first shots. So our first shot is going to be right over here. We're going to shoot at this tank or one of these tanks with our rifle units, try to get them suppressed or buttoned up to throw off their actions. And what we're going to see is they're going to be firing at them. They actually get a hull down, no command. So for us to shoot at them, it's going to be 47 to 80 to suppress them. 81 or higher is going to be effective. Roll a 61, so we suppress them. So that's good. We'll at least keep them heads down, maybe wounded them. Not quite sure, but bigger point is that they are suppressed. All right, so that's that. Now we've got our anti-tank rifle here over to the west. These guys, it's underneath him right here. He's going to take a crack at these H-38s over here, or one of them at least. And he's going to fire at him. They are moving, so it's going to be tougher. So he's firing GP at them. It's going to be a tough shot. Rolls a 74, but it misses. So they miss on those guys. French direct fire. So now these guys who we just suppressed over here are going to try to return fire on 503. So they're going to be shooting at them. Now one of them is suppressed, so it's going to make it tougher. They miss. Even with a coax, they missed on there. And then the second one fired as well. It was still a miss there as well. So that's the only firing that the French had for this turn. Now it's the French movement. So some of these units are going to move. They're going to be hulled down. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see some of these other units behind. And again, a bit of dice rolling here to get commands and figure out what type of action that they're going to do. S-35 there, up to the top, 401, they're going to take an overwatch stance. They're not moving, everybody's staring at each other here. Not quite sure what to do overall. Then we've got some H-35s moving into the town up here, or H-38, I'm going to get that confused. So just bear with me. If I say H-35, it's H-38. If I say S-38, it's going to be S-35. Just bear with me. All right, a few more moves, checking the range to see if there's automatic moves or they've got to roll. And these guys are going to have to roll because they're within 10. So they get a move and they get an overwatch. So now one guy is going to move. Oh, I'm going in setting the moves here first, sorry. So I'm over here to the eastern side. You can see here I've found the these guys are moving. And the rest of the blob over here is moving as well. Some are going to be hulled down, some are having overwatch. Move, move, move. And then I think up here is a move as well. Yep. Alright, so now some movement actions. So back to the center. These guys are going to move up the fastest. There we go. So they move into there. Then I think we move over to the east, over to this grouping. Or maybe even in the town. Oh yeah, we move into the town. This guy's moving down here. And he actually stays put. He had greatest cover. He's got a ton of cover right around him, but he stays put. That's fine. And then we've got our grouping over there in the fields and the woods. And they're going to get moving here a little bit. Now they're going to get spotted here in a second, I think. No, they're not, still not spotted, but they'll be spotted. Now they're spotted by those units, these units down here that are observing the road. And they get spotted. They are actually trucks. And I can't shoot at them because I don't have any command to shoot. They're just watching them. And they stop there. Next group coming up is, let's see, got some more coming, I think. Oh, no, or that's it. The rest of them didn't move. They just kind of huddled into the woods there trying to figure out what's going on. So now it's our move, German move. So we're going to come back over to the west side over here. And now we're going to have the Germans moving. There's going to be a little bit of reshuffling here. Get the trucks out of the way. And then we'll get some of the other tanks moving into the town to take on those H-38s. The half-tracks are backing up. Right now, they're moving over to get together. The infantry continues to move up as well. Oh, we do have a reveal here. So first there's Overwatch. It's a miss. Now we check for activation. Now where I'm talking about is right over here. Right in there. So 2 units. Oh, H-38s. Looks like we've got a really big grouping of tanks. Not much infantry coming in. Light tanks. So they're sending them all at us. Okay. So now we've got some more moving to just get units into the town. So we basically control all town hexes except for that one that has the H-38s in them. Alright, moving over to the east. You can see over here, moving up to see what this is up here, or try to see what this is up here. And there's 4 checks, and we're seeing some more H-38s in here. Once these guys moved up, they can spot them. And then we've got some S-35. Ooh, more S-35s. Those guys are tough. I don't like them over there because that's our weaker side. And our third activation, 2 more units. Oh, wow, I didn't like that. 2 more S-35s. Oh boy, really not liking that. 2 groups of 4 S-35s against 3 Panzer IIIs, and then some really lighter stuff. And then 1 more fake. So we are definitely armor against armor over here. It's going to be tough. Alright, so he goes into the woods, tries to turn, but fails in his bog check. Next up, he comes down, positions over here. Kind of covered. These guys are going to come up as well. Let's see what they can do. The Panzer 1s and Panzer 2s stay on the hill. They don't need to risk them. Okay, so that's all of our movement. Moving into our adjustment phase, turret adjustments. Doing some French turret adjustments here to point them in our direction. And then we've got some full cover. Guys jumping into full cover now that we hold the town. And suppression adjustment. No morale yet. We haven't hit the morale levels. And kind of go from there. So there's our end of turn 6. Alright, so where are we at with this? Well, zoom in here a little bit. You can see we control the town of Iced over here. We control the hill, 24.04. But the French have revealed they've got a heavy armor presence here. S-35s, H-38s. We've got 8 of them so far. We've got still more back here. We don't know what is here and here as well. We've got H-38s attacking the town. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 of them, plus 2 S-35s back here that we've got to take on. So it's going to be a tough battle. It's pretty much fully developed here other than for these guys back here. But it's going to get interesting. And like I said, we're up to turn 6. We'll get on to turn 7 and turn 8. See how they progress and see if we can't knock out some of these tanks and hold these locations. So hopefully you're enjoying this. If you are, please like them. Please leave any comments, thoughts, ideas on the play. And again, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more Panzer stuff coming along and a few more surprises coming along, as well as my ACW series there as well. So please feel free to tune in. Thanks for watching.